Hey friends, welcome back. It's Lauren with Rustic Honey, and today we are doing all things spring here in the farmhouse. I'm working on a little spring cleaning, doing a little bit of a fun salad for lunch, talking about some new decorating ideas, and of course, giving you all of the updates from our farm along the way. It seems that spring has been creeping in for a while now, which we love the warm days in between here on the farm. But lately, we've been enjoying full on spring days with all of the things happening around the farm, including new baby chicks. Reese has been so excited about her baby chicks. She tells everyone that she talks to about her baby chicks. They had a truck come to our local farmers exchange, and my husband went to town to grab a few. So we got some replacement chicks because our current laying hens are getting a little bit older. So we're afraid by the fall they won't be laying quite as much. So we wanted to get a new group started, or a new flock, if you will.
This.
Put your finger up there. Are they getting
Yeah,
you?
they don't hurt. Hey, show me one. Put him in there with his buddies.
Reese had a lot of fun with these little baby birds poking and pecking at her fingers in their little box. So we wanted to get them in their home right away. So my husband set up a little cattle tank in our garage with a fence over the top, and Reese was very happy to help him. Raising baby chicks is very new to me. I did not grow up having chickens at all. I don't even think that my husband did, but we have really enjoyed having them around, although it is quite the process to raise them from baby chicks. And they grow so fast, though. It always amazes me. This is already maybe a week later, and they're that much bigger, and they have these little feathers that are starting on their wings. It just amazes me how fast they will grow and how they will quickly, they're going to outgrow this stock tank, and we will have to find them a new home. So that'll be the next project. It's a never-ending chore around here, like most things on the farm. As we head back inside, I wanted to show you the carrot that I had decorated our back porch with for Easter. We had a little bit of a surprise as a bird found it right underneath our light on the back porch and made it a nice little nest. So I'm wondering how long she'll be there hatching out her chicks. All right, I am moving into the mudroom, and I'm going to show you all my dirty little corners in this video this week. This is our kitchen nook, and for the longest time we used it as part of like an eat-in area for our kitchen. We had a little booth there, but I just have felt like we needed more space for the kids' items with their backpacks and their coats. And now we are soon to have our fourth child, and we just have so many more coats and boots and shoes than I could have ever imagined. So I've been thinking through new designs for this area to make it more of a wing off of our mudroom. And here I am looking at the paint colors that I'm working with. I'm really trying to knock this out still before the baby comes, if at all possible, but I am going to need my husband's help a little bit. I just have a couple things I need him to construct on the wall before I can get to the paint part, but I wanted to have everything ready. He has just been super busy this spring as well, taking care of everything on our farm, as well as his full-time job. So we're just busy bees around here. And I've been busy turning all of my laundry right side out. Let me know if you're also in the same mom boat right now, but it seems like everything that goes through the laundry has, underwear stuck inside the pants still, or things are inside out. But anyway, I'm trying to get to a little bit of spring cleaning as I go through my normal chores for the week. I bought this mop recently. I have been thinking, I don't know if anyone does this, probably not. I'm the only one. But I have been thinking about buying a mop probably for a year now, and a lot of times I just get on my hands and knees. That's how I mop around here. I like spot clean because that's just the stage of life that I'm in, and that's the easiest thing to do. So I get on my hands and knees, but obviously right now, being almost 9 months pregnant, I'm really sick of doing that. So I finally broke down and bought myself this O-Cedar mop, which I think is going to be amazing. I like that the tube comes off of it and I can fill it with whatever I want to clean the floor. I wanted to make a homemade cleaner, but then for some reason I got an itch to have like a spring cleaning fresh scent. So I see everybody talk about this cheap, it's kind of a cheap cleaner. It's Fabuloso or something. And I was like, oh, I'll try that out. It's a lavender scent. I love the smell of lavender. No offense if you like this one. I absolutely hated it. I don't know why. It just did not smell like lavender to me at all. So I am probably going to have to, I don't know, give this one away and start over. But I really like Mrs. Meyer's cleaners, so I'm probably going to do something like that and or make my own with like vinegar, water, essential oil or something. Let me know in the comments below if you have a great smelling floor cleaner. Most of our floors are, this one's a vinyl plank that looks like wood, but most of our floors are hardwood floors, so I need something that's kind of versatile for all the things. That aside, I'm loving the new mop. I had thought about getting a bucket mop for a long time, but I felt like realistically, I do not see myself filling it with water every week to mop my floors, and I thought this would just be like a quick thing I could do on the daily around our house. Recently, I had to buy a wedding gift too from Crate and Barrel, and they still have our plates that we bought when we were married. And since then, we've broken several. So I went ahead and like selfishly got myself a few things while I ordered the fun wedding gift. So I'm going to get those cleaned up and added to our collection today. And I am going to finally take down these curtains. I'd been telling you guys I want to freshen up the curtains here in our kitchen. Again, I'm showing you all of my dirty secrets in my kitchen. So we're going to take these down and get ready to sew some new ones for spring here in just a few minutes. This morning, I wanted to get started on lunch early. I'm going to make a lovely spring salad with you today. I have been in the mood for some crunch and some fresh things, and I wanted to marinate this chicken this morning in like a sesame ginger for lunch. So stick around for like an Asian crunch Panera style salad for lunch. It's going to be really good. I've been really picky lately with, for some reason, with making dinner or what sounds good. And I feel like that has turned into me wasting a little bit of food. This actually looks like a lot of food, but a lot of these containers have like one little serving left in them. Luckily, nothing around here truly goes to waste because we have so many animals on the farm where the chickens can eat things. So I don't feel bad about throwing out some scraps to them. And I am just going to clean up, emptying the dishwasher like I do every morning. That way, all of that stuff that I just cleaned out, all of those containers can get cleaned right away. And here I am trying to figure out why the new plates are heavier than my old ones. They look exactly the same, but it makes me wonder if they're just made slightly different. It's the same brand and everything as before. And as I'm putting my mugs away and taking down some of the Easter things, I'm realizing it's April. And I feel like I just turned this calendar to March. I know that this baby is going to be here so very soon. All right, we're going to fast forward a little bit here, and I am going to throw together that chicken salad that I was telling you about. So I'm going to start by throwing in the marinated chicken into my skillet here on the stove. I'm the only one at home for lunch today, so I thought it'd just be easy to do that, but I really love to start the grill and actually grill up a bunch of chicken at once for things like this and have salad fixings throughout the week. Let's get started prepping some of the green ingredients for this Asian crunch salad. So I was inspired by a Panera salad that I had, and I recently got on their website to see what all was in it again to kind of replicate it at home, and I think they've discontinued it for the moment. So unfortunately, you may not be able to find the Asian crunch salad on their menu right now, but if you can, it is delicious. I love it. But I honestly make it to Panera maybe once a year, so they may have discontinued this, but I had it last fall and I really liked it, and I've been thinking about making it at home ever since. And again, since nothing has sounded good, I really want to get back to making salads for lunch. So I'm going to prep this romaine. I like to cut them apart and then wash them a little bit and then use my salad spinner. If you don't have a salad spinner, it's the most amazing tool that you never knew you needed. If you're going to make salads a whole bunch, like I'm planning on doing this spring and summer for an easy lunch, I feel like it's a must-have. So I'm going to try to find mine and link it below. I have had mine. I don't want to jinx myself here, but I have had my salad spinner for over 10 years now, this exact same one. And knock on wood, it is still doing so well. And I love in the summer when we have garden fresh salad, I love to wash it and spin it in here. And it gets it really nice and cleaned up. And then I just store it in the fridge in that container. And it seems like it stays fresh for so long compared to anything else you can buy in the store. And I love cilantro. I know that's like a love-hate relationship for some people, but I love the smell of cilantro. I love the taste of cilantro. So that's definitely going in my salad today, along with some simple broccoli slaw that I picked up just the ready to eat stuff from Walmart. And this is quite a few ingredients for just one salad, especially when it's a salad that I don't know that my family would necessarily really want to eat for dinner. So what I like to do, especially in the summertime, is make my salads whatever sounds good to me. Like I love a strawberry goat cheese salad. I like some different ingredients that maybe aren't so family friendly. So I'll make myself those salads for lunch. I'll buy all the ingredients, and then for that week I will eat nothing but that salad for lunch. And so I really get to enjoy it every single day and look forward to it. And then the next week I move on to something else. That way I'm not wasting a whole bunch of ingredients, but I'm also not depriving myself of some fun salads that, maybe my family won't also enjoy. So that's a way to treat yourself, but not waste ingredients, and also have yourself a healthy little lunch every single day of the week during the spring and the summer. So I think this salad also had some pickled red onions on top the last time I ate it, and I kind of forgot about that part during the making of this salad. It also usually has edamame blended in, but for some reason, my local grocery stores, I cannot find edamame that's not shelled. So I just buy these little steamer packs because I love them for snacks, and so I just made that on the side to go with it. So lots of green today and lots of crunch and lots of leftovers for tomorrow's lunch as well. I did not mean to sound like Dr. Seuss there, but that's kind of where that went. All right, let's move up to my sewing room and to go through my fabric stash to see what we can make these kitchen curtains out of. I'm really looking for a light ticking stripe like that one, and I keep all of my fabric in these totes and bins, so I feel like I haven't bought fabric in years, but my stash is starting to dwindle actually. So here I am looking through, getting distracted by a few pretty things that I was thinking about making Reese for her birthday, but I finally settled on just this light mocha color because honestly, I just happen to have enough fabric for it. You saw me measuring there from my nose to the end of my arm. I don't know if anyone ever taught you to measure yards like that, but that's what my grandma always did, and so I still do it to this day. But I had about 5.5 yards of this like lightweight linen fabric, and so I thought, well, let's just do this for now. It'll at least be an update from the red and white check that has been in my kitchen, gosh, for way too long at this point. I love it, don't get me wrong, because I'll probably put these up and then in a few months I'll be in the patriotic mood and the red and the white will probably come back out. But for today, I've just really been wanting something a little bit more neutral, and this unfortunately is the only fabric that I have enough of at the moment to do. So I may be on the lookout for a more of a ticking stripe soon and something a little heavier, because this is also a little more lightweight than I wanted it to be, but it is nice. I do like that part about it because it is spring and I do like the lighter look. So we're going to work with those today, and what I'm going to do is just use the curtains that I had up already as kind of a measuring tool, and I'm going to cut these really quickly. This is going to be a quick project. It is not going to be probably my best sewing and cutting abilities, but I am going to try to knock this out as soon as possible today, just to have something fresh going on in the kitchen for spring. All right, so I've cut 4 of my curtains. I did all my cutting at once. That is my best tip if you're in a hurry with anything, or if you want to be most efficient in literally mostly everything, is to batch your work. So I cut everything first, and then I sat down to the sewing machine to do a rolled hem on 3 sides of each of these panels, and then one regular hem on the top part that I am then going to fold over, and then I'm going to iron it to create the little pocket where it will slide onto the rod. So I'm going to go ahead and sit down and do all of these rolled hems as quick as possible on all of these, and then I'll do all my ironing at once, and then I'll do the finishing last. I feel like most seamstresses probably love the winter months because that's when you want to be inside and cozy and crafting things in your craft rooms or running that sewing machine and find it most relaxing then. But for some reason, the spring and the summer bring me that feeling a little bit more sometimes than the winter. And I don't know if it's the stage of life that I'm in or if it's because I always remember my grandma sewing in the spring and the summer because that's when I probably spent the most time with her. So I have found myself getting the itch to sew a few things for our home and also kind of getting excited to find out if this baby is a boy or a girl because I might just want to sew a few things when the baby gets here. And I'm laughing at myself kind of at the same time because I won't have time, I'm sure, but it is kind of fun to daydream about all of the new projects. So those things have been on my mind. I feel like I am rocking and rolling on this project. I'm about to get this top part done and then my needle broke. And all of these things I did not foresee happening today, of course. I thought I was completely out of needles, so I almost gave up on the project for the day. Found a spare set of needles that's probably from the 1970s, but for some reason they still work. I had this old stash from my other grandma, her old sewing machine stash. I've had it for years, and it's come in handy many times, but I am on the last few needles. I have got to stock up on some essentials for my sewing room if I do want to make a habit of being in here a little bit more this spring and summer. All right, one is done, so I'm just going to slide it on here and make sure that it fits underneath my sink downstairs, and then I'm going to sit down and finish the rest of these. It was very relaxing to work through these, just to hear the sewing machine and to go through the motions. I know a lot of you probably prefer listening to podcasts or audiobooks while you're in your sewing room. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you like to do or if music's more your thing. Sometimes I just enjoy the quiet as I'm working through things because I usually have kids running around in the background anyway. And although I've already mentioned that we have more projects than we could possibly ever finish right now, another thing I would like to do is to redecorate my sewing room. I really am getting into like all the bright colors and the wallpapers and things, and so I feel like this room is somewhere I could get extra creative. And so I'm still thinking through what I want to do, but as you could see in some of those first clips, my kids had written on the walls back when. So, and that's Sharpie. I don't know how that happened, but we need to repaint the walls anyway or cover them. So again, another hopeful project for spring, summer, probably after the baby gets here at this point, but I'm just getting the itch to redecorate so many things in my home. So I hope you'll stick around and see what we come up with for those areas. While the curtains are off here in the kitchen, I thought I would take a quick second to get in the nooks and the crannies underneath those cabinets and pull out the deer calls that my kids had lost apparently and get those put back up. And surprisingly, only one Nerf gun bullet was found during the filming of this project. I just wanted to get these back up here. They are still a little bit more on the thin side than I was hoping. I really thought since there's no light coming through the back of these curtains that it really wouldn't matter too much, but they are a little on the thinner side. But again, for right now, that just having a neutral color and having it more lightweight was worth the project. I will say I did these really quickly. I feel like even with interruptions, it only took me about an hour and a half to finish these up. So I'm counting that as a win. And again, before too long, I'm probably going to switch these out for like a ticking stripe or put the red, white, and blue things back up before I know it. So this is going to be perfect transition into spring. And it definitely just gives you that fresh feeling to have something new in the kitchen and kind of catches my eye. So although they're a little bit on the thinner side, it doesn't bother me too much. And I am going to leave the flowers up for spring at the moment and take down just a few of the bunnies and the Easter eggs and get those stashed away now that Easter is past. And of course, this would not be a spring video without all of the updates that are happening outside of our home. We have our large garden all tilled up and ready to go. My husband's been working on that for a while now. And I will say that it was a little bit alarming how dry it was when we went to put in our onions and tomatoes. We are really praying for more consistent rain this spring and summer than last year. We had quite the drought in 2023, so we are just very hopeful that that will not be the case again this year because it is starting out really dry already. So we are at the filming of this waiting a couple days to see if the rain will come in. Otherwise, we are going to have to water the garden. And spoiler alert, we did get some rain right after Easter and it was glorious. There was a lot of severe storms in our area, but luckily what we got was just beautiful, gorgeous rain. And so we definitely had to say some extra prayers of thanks for that. I also love the breadbud trees in our yard. They turned such a pretty purple color. And this year, I feel like they were pretty vibrant, maybe not quite as full as they had been in the past years, but again, could be partially because of the drought. I'm not sure. A couple of them we probably need to prune back a little bit too, but we have several of those, and that always feels like spring when they start blooming. Now, a little bit of a puppy update. You guys remember the little bitty puppies from several videos back. Reese has been all about her baby puppies from the beginning. We had 8 little hound dog pups, and they luckily will all have homes very soon. But Reese has been making sure they get their exercise and just palling around with them in the yard. I'm actually kind of not looking forward to them going to their new homes because I know my kids will be a little bit sad when they leave, but we are going to keep a couple for ourselves too. But they just grow so quickly, just like the calves on the farm and the baby chicks. Everything is growing and changing so quickly. Along with my kids, they grow like weeds around here too. Thankfully, that's just how we like it, but I feel like if you blink, you miss it sometimes. Reese just turned 4. I cannot believe that that's how old she is now, as this new baby is getting ready to join us very soon. I've been watching her extra close and enjoying all of these little bitty moments with my kiddos because I'm just realizing how quickly time passes. So although you may be busy with all of your spring projects too, I hope you stop and take a moment to take in all of the new growth and all of the things that spring has to offer. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was lovely hanging out with you. Please leave us a comment below and subscribe to our channel so we can hang out again soon.